Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got an old familiar friend, courtesy of viewer William Meredith. William, thank you again very, very much. Hang on, let me get a sip here. Yeah, that's marvelous. I'm looking at the bag over here. This is terrific. It's iconic. It's wonderful. From Ellis Coffee Company, Philadelphia Roast, right there. Check that out. Of course, some really, really iconic artwork on the bag right there, right? And then John Ellis, meet John Ellis on the back of the bag, the founder of the company. He bought this coffee company when he was 13 years old. Really remarkable story, but this is terrific. This is a medium dark roast. Let me see if I can show you that right there. Medium dark roast right there. There it is. It focused in right there. Yeah, and really a delightful cup of coffee. And we are using, also courtesy of viewer William Meredith, our Philadelphia coffee mug right here. Check that out, huh? Yep, right there, right? Philadelphia. And the reason why we're using that is because it's the city of brotherly love, and we are in the season of goodwill on earth, peace on earth, goodwill towards man, that sort of thing. So thought we'd use a coffee and a mug highlighting the city of brotherly love because we're still in the Christmas season, that sort of thing. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get another sip. That is really, really terrific. And as we like to say in the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug, let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. I really do appreciate that. If you're listening to the audio podcast this morning, thanks very much for tuning in via all those great streaming platforms like Apple Music, Google Podcasts, YouTube Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, that sort of thing, Apple Podcasts. I think we said that one already. Yeah. Really, really terrific. Thanks very much for tuning in. Regardless of how you tune in, thank you for tuning in, whether it's via the audio podcast or the actual Monday morning mailbag audio and video presentation here on YouTube. Thank you very, very, very much for tuning in. Yes, feel a lot better this week than I did last week. Boy, there's a terrible flu going around. Sure hope you don't get it. But yeah, I feel much, much better. And a lot of nice well wishes from a lot of viewers out there. I have not had a chance to get up there to some of those videos and to respond. But let me just say, sincere, heartfelt thanks and appreciation for all your kind thoughts, words, and prayers. Thank you very, very much. Really do appreciate that. You don't want this flu. It's terrible. It really, really is. But we're over it. A little bit of a remnant cough here and there. We'll get to that a little bit later in refill comments because someone relates to that. And yeah, we'll point that out to you. But great to be with you this morning. As you can see, we've got kind of a new setup here. We're in a different part of the house because I finally have some new computer equipment to produce the show, the reviews, and the Monday morning mailbag. And that's been kind of neat. The laptop that I've been using is coming up on 6 years old. I can't believe we've been doing the show that long. Actually, we've been doing it since what? I think I started a channel in 2016, so we're coming up on 10 years with the actual channel. That's pretty amazing. But I think the Monday morning mailbag has been around since 2018, 2019, something like that. I'd have to check, see when the first one was. But acquired a refurbished laptop from Dell at a bargain price, but that's coming up on 6 years of age, so it has to be replaced. So I finally got some new computer equipment to produce the show, and I'm using a different camera here, and yeah, so we got a kind of a whole new setup. Now I know this is over here, so no, over here, this picture in the background isn't really centered correctly. It's centered for the wall and not for the table. So I'm sorry about that, not really being centered. It kind of takes away from it, but we'll work through that. And not sure if we're going to be back at the other location next week or if we're going to be back here. I'm still trying to sort through some of this computer equipment. Maybe we'll tell you about that a little later on in the show, or maybe in an upcoming show, depending on how things go. Wanted to share with you what I have now, which is pretty amazing. Technology is getting really, really amazing. So I guess that's what we got going on this morning. Great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Oh, you know what? Let's get to some of these topics. I was just going to say, let's get on with the show. Let me get to some of these topics here and give you some highlights of what we got going on. Click on topics right there. Go down to the bookmark. There it is. Oh, we got a great shaving tip from viewer Aaron Watson. Aaron, thank you very, very much. Got a great shave den visit. Courtesy of Jim from Northfield, and also kind of a bonus shave den visit. Stay tuned for that. Got the usual round of reminders. Also have some terrific refill comments. Some new wet shave gear. Got some really, really new wet shave gear to show you this morning. And some questions and comments to round out things. So that's what we got going on this morning. So I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Thanks very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. This morning's shaving tip comes courtesy of viewer Aaron Watson. And Aaron writes, "Hey Mark, I hope you are doing well and having a great Christmas season. I want to send you a shaving tip that I have found myself recently giving to a few people. This is something that I feel many of us do, but not sure to what degree. My tip is to always revisit shaving hardware and software as you gain more experience and develop your technique. I have been shaving with DE, SE, and straight razors only for about 3 years now. I continue to go back to razors and blades that I used during the first 6 months to a year, but thought these were not great for me. When I pick up these items today to just try, I find that most of them are actually really good. So for folks that have items sitting in the back of the closet or in a drawer that you haven't used in a while, I say pull them out and give them another try. You might find a hidden gem. Merry Christmas, and here's to 2026 being a great year for you and the 3MB. Aaron Watson. Aaron, thank you very, very much for the kind words and the good wishes. Really do appreciate that. And yeah, this is a great shaving tip. If something you use, whether it be a razor or a shave soap or a brush, doesn't work for you right off the bat, I agree with Aaron. Set it aside and come back to it in 3 months, 6 months, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it is. Your technique will improve. Your shaves will get better and better and better. And you may very well come up to speed so that your technique now accommodates that razor a little better. You come in with a new perspective. There is a lot going on there. So yeah, I absolutely agree with this here. And thank you so much for passing this along. A terrific shaving tip. Just set it aside and come back to it later. That experience you gain will definitely help in revisiting that piece of shaving hardware or software. Really terrific shaving tip. Aaron, thank you again very, very much. Now, usually we say to thank you for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. Aaron already has an original signed George sketch. He sent in a shaving tip back in August of 2023. Thank you again, Aaron. Really do appreciate that. But if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Aaron, thanks again for a great shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup. Boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this week's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of viewer Jim from Northfield. And Jim writes, "Hey Mark, so sorry that you're under the weather this week. I wish you a speedy recovery." Thanks very much, Jim. I'm feeling better already. I just wanted to share this unique acquisition. It is the Williams shave mug that you could have purchased from the advertisement from the shave soap. I found this from a seller on eBay. It came with the vintage soap with the original advertisement wrapper. I had been seeking one of these for quite a while. I only paid $20 for both. The soaps usually cost more than that by themselves. Now I own a bit of nostalgia. Thanks so much, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And that's Jim from Northfield. He writes, "P.S. Our local Mark's stores carry Black Rifle coffee now. The bags cost $11.99. I am going to try it." Hey, that's great to hear. I got a local Mark's here as well, but I think my nephew hinted, I talked to my nephew Jason the other day, I think he hinted that Coffee of the Month Club gift is coming around again. So looking forward to that. But what an absolutely fantastic vintage find. To think that you could buy back in the day, Williams shave soap, and have that advertisement wrapper and then unwrap it and say, "Oh man, I can get a shave mug for this," and then send away for the shave mug. Man, wow, that must have been great. And here you found both. The actual mug, the soap, and the advertisement wrapper that also offered the shaving mug. Man, that is really, really a terrific, terrific find. Another beautiful addition for your Shave Den. Wow, Jim, thanks so much for sharing with everyone. Really do appreciate it. Well, this morning we have a bonus Shave Den visit of sorts, and it comes courtesy of viewer Steve Gregory. And Steve writes, "Hello, Mark, and everyone out there in wet shaving land. This is a shaving den visit of sorts, or future Shave Den visit, I should say. Say hello to Bailey Jo Lynn, Razor Emporium's newest customer. She has her own Rex Supply Page razor and a Rex Manchurian Badger Lucite handle brush. Obviously, she's a year old, and this is probably 13 years early, but all of us wet shavers are indeed extremists, including myself. I thought everyone would get a kick out of seeing Poppy with Bailey Jo. Merry belated Christmas and a safe and happy New Year to all. God bless. P.S. I can't wait to teach her how to make a frothy, luxurious, boom, lather. But I'm in no hurry. I want my granddaughter to have a wonderful childhood, and she'll know one day that Poppy has her covered." Wow, that's absolutely wonderful. Again, that's Steve Gregory with his granddaughter, Bailey Jo Lynn, future wet shaver. My gosh, you got her set up already with some great, great hardware. That's absolutely fantastic. Steve, thanks so much for passing that along. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com, from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on. Let me get another sip. Oh, that is really, really terrific. Again, from Ellis Coffee Company, Philadelphia Roast. A big thank you to William Meredith for this one. Boy, that's terrific. And again, iconic artwork there. Again, once more, it's a medium dark roast. Can you see that? Yeah, love how that new camera's working. Yeah, that's really, really fantastic. And again, we got the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia coffee mug right here. How about that? Yeah. Peace on earth, goodwill towards men, which is why we are highlighting the city of brotherly love. Again, thank you to William Meredith for both the coffee and the coffee mug. William, thank you very, very much. Hang on, let me get one more sip. Yeah, that's really, really terrific. Again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Got some great refill comments, but we want to remind you about the Black Coffee Life by Mantic59, his terrific website and blog that talks about all the health qualities of drinking black coffee. And also, we want to remind you of the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. Hardcover collection, cartoon collection of some great Lockhorns comic panels. And also the Lockhorns Laugh-A-Day calendar for 2026. New Year's Eve this week. Forgot to mention that at the beginning of the show. It's New Year's Eve this week. So if you need a calendar, check out the Lockhorns 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar by my friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. All right, a little bit of housekeeping done. Let's get to some of these comments this morning, these refill comments. We got this from Dino DeRosa, who writes, you are a trooper, Mark. Many thanks for your dedication and discipline to the hobby and your many fans. To be able to put out your much-loved 3MB even when you have the worst wog imaginable in your northern winter at Christmas time. Much love. Hope you get better real soon, and we'll do it all again next week. No doubt, with a broader smile and a clear throat. Dino, thank you very, very much for the kind words and the good wishes. I really do appreciate it. I feel much, much better than I did last time around, sitting in front of this camera doing the Monday Morning Mailbag, obviously. It was a terrible flu. I hope no one gets it. It's just spreading everywhere. And I can tell you that the reason why I got up to do the Monday Morning Mailbag is because the aches and pains were so terrible, you just can't get any sleep. You can't get any rest. So you have to get up and move around a little bit as best as you can to kind of, at least my thinking was, to kind of tire myself out a little bit so I could go back to bed and just, fall asleep. That's kind of the way it was. So I've also heard that some people have this a little longer than 2-3 days. I had it for about 2-3 days. I think that other people, from what I've heard, have it for like 2 weeks, maybe even going into a third week. They still have some remnant of it. And so I wasn't sure how long I was going to get it. And I thought, well, I can't sleep. My body aches. I hurt. Let's get up. Let's shoot some video. We'll go back to bed. We'll get some rest. We'll wake up. Then we'll sit down and we'll edit things together real quickly. And then we'll go back to bed. That kind of was the routine. So, I'm just glad I came through it. But, not wishing anyone to get this. I just hope you don't get it. timing was fairly good in that I got it right before getting together for Christmas Eve and that sort of thing with family. So it worked out that way. So yeah, and yeah, please stay healthy, everyone. You know, take the honey and take plenty of liquids and lemon lozenge, right, from the 12 Shaves of Christmas. Remember that one? Yeah, yeah. I happen to comment. Gee whiz, I don't get sick during. Never recalled getting sick during Christmas. Boy, famous last words, and all of a sudden I got hit. Wow. Yeah. So thanks very much for that, Dino. Really do appreciate it. Jason NYC 2006 writes, Mark Zaradi, another great 3MB as usual. You are such a blessing to us all. My mom says hi as usual. We're sending you healing prayers. Jason, tell your mom hello as well. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for your healing prayers. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe that works. So thank you very, very much for your thoughts and your prayers and your kind words. I really do believe that it does work. I'm just going to leave it at that. It does work. Thank you very, very much. This comes from Rod Sloan, 706, Melbourne. Oh, hey, or we should say Melbourne. Rod Sloan from all the way from down under. Melbourne. Mate, very sorry to hear and see that you're under the weather. Rug up. Lots of rest if you can manage it. Water, lemon drinks, something stronger, whatever works. Take care, Mark, and enjoy your Christmas. Everyone else here watching 3MB, you too. Really appreciate that, Rod. Rug up. Wow. That's a great expression. I have to remember that. If you can give me a definition of that in the comments below, I sure would appreciate it. That's a great, great expression. I need a little bit of a description on it because I want to use it more and I want to be able to use it in the proper way. So thank you very much for that, Rod. Really do appreciate it. All the way from Melbourne. Thank you very, very much, Rod. Really do appreciate it. Chris Bodrab checked in. Wow, Mark, no fun to be sick this close to the holidays. Here's wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you very much, Chris. I feel a lot better. I'm fighting back a little bit of a cough, and it comes about in a really kind of sort of a predictable way. We'll get to that in just a moment because another viewer is sharing the very kind of flu that I had, but we'll get to it in just a minute. But Chris, thanks very much for your kind words. Really do appreciate it. RH Dave Shave says, great show, Mark. Understand the need to abbreviate and hope you feel better. Toot sweet. Merry Christmas and look forward to your next week's show. By the way, I'm also enjoying the 12 Shaves of Christmas videos. Cheerio. Dave, thank you very, very much. Boy, I had a lot of fun putting those out. We did miss Cad's Root Beer, I believe it was, day 10. I just could not do that. The shaving video, I was so weak and I was so congested I couldn't get the scent. So we're going to be doing that here probably in another day or so. Because we've got some other things lined up and I want to be able to do that. So I think it'll be a good shave soap and splash to use for an upcoming video review of a brush or a razor or whatever. So we'll kind of get that in there. And of course I love root beer. So I was really looking forward to that scent, but it just didn't register. So, and I was very, very weak at the time, but yeah, some of those videos were done ahead of time. Others, I got caught right in the middle of the flu and wasn't able to really get them done the way I wanted to. Yeah, and you probably saw there was a little bit of up and down with the shows. You probably saw that the Monday morning mailbag, I was really under the weather, but Second Cup, I seem to feel a lot better. Well, that's because Second Cup was done a little bit after the Monday morning mailbag, and I was kind of on the downside. But again, I was trying to get everything done, so I had to do it whenever I could. And I probably could have waited to be fully recovered to do both Second Cup and the Monday morning mailbag. But boy, I think that would have been too much of a time squeeze to try to squeeze that all into a short period of time before Monday morning. So yeah, a bunch of coin flips and making some decisions and that sort of thing. But actually doing the Monday morning mailbag under the weather really helped me get some sleep. As I mentioned, I came out, shot the video, and really tired myself out and was able to fall back asleep. The worst feeling ever with this flu was you're laying in bed, you've got these aches and pains, you've got the chills, and it's the middle of the night and you can't sleep. And then just as you're drifting off, the alarm goes off. And it's like, oh man, do I feel good enough to go to work, to get some things done? Do I stay home? That kind of thing. So yeah, boy, oh boy, I'm just glad I'm over it. And I don't wish this on anyone. Take care of yourselves. Get the vitamin C in you. Oh, you know what I used? I'll show you what I used. Hang on 1 minute. Let me show you what I used. Okay, let me show you what I used. This was really, really helpful. This is called Emergency right here. And it's just loaded with vitamins. And it also has something called Beta Via right there. And it's got vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and it comes in a little packet like this. Okay, and then what you do is you mix this in with some water and you drink it down. Yeah, this really, really helped while I was sick. So yeah, and I'm taking this as a preventive as well. And the other thing I talked about was Manuka honey, and I had these Manuka honey drops. But when I felt better, I went over to Costco and they had Manuka honey. And here it is right here. And this is a good one. This is, antibacterial and very, very healthy. You get a spoonful of this, you put it on some toast. Really good. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Don't take it as medical advice. I'm just sharing with you what I did. And right after I came off of this flu, I started to feel a little bit of a sore throat and some sinus. Boy, I took this Manuka honey. Boy, that just knocked it right out. Boy, this is great. All the way from our friends in New Zealand. So this is a good one, Comvita. You can get this at Costco if you're a Costco member. Comvita. Okay, let's see if you can zoom in on that. Hopefully it'll focus in a little bit. Yeah, that is really, really terrific. And it has a UMF of plus 12, which is really, really a good medicinal value. So yeah, those are the two things that really, really helped. And I am continuing to take the Manuka honey. It was on sale too, so I bought 2 of these. So yeah, really, really good value. So there you go. A couple of things that helped me. So I got both of those at Costco as I was on my way home, feeling a little bit better. I thought, you know what? I got to put some gas in my little pickup truck, and I'll go into Costco and see what they have. And boy, those came in really, really handy. So just something that helped me along the way. So again, thanks very much for your comment, RH Dave Shaves. Really do appreciate that. This comes from Charles K. 6814, and he writes, "Good morning, Mark. I am completely empathetic. I had something similar last week, absent the fever. Pretty much over it except for the coughing, which occurs with laughter or excitement. Laugh out loud, no cough this morning." Yeah, that's, I'm smiling here a little bit, Charles, because that's so true. When you have a little bit of excitement or you get a laugh, that cough kicks in. And that's what I was referring to earlier in the show. Just sensing your determination, you'll be ready to rock by Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. You are correct. It all worked out. Happiest of holidays to you. Wear the sweatshirt. Charles K. Yeah, I am wearing the sweatshirt. Let me show you. Here it is, right here, University of Oz. Can you see that? Check that out, huh? Like that? Home of the Fighting Totos. Yeah, we wore this Christmas Eve as well, and it was a big hit. And a big thank you again to Tommy, Jackie, Kelly, and Bryn. Really terrific. Love, love, love this sweatshirt. University of Oz, home of the Fighting Totos. Why aren't they producing these? This is one of a kind, as I explained in a previous show. It's absolutely fantastic. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Charles, thanks very much for the kind words. Really do appreciate it. And I'm glad to hear that you're over it as well. Scott Martin 5534 writes, "Mark, so sorry to see you're under the weather for the holiday season. It's an unusual Christmas for me, too. My parents are traveling here to Los Angeles, as they do every year, but apparently we are going to be experiencing brutal storms that might break local records. Maybe a month's worth of rain in just a day or two. Wow. Anyway, we'll get through it, as I know you will be feeling better, too. Hang in there, buddy, and Merry Christmas. Cheers." Scott, hey, hope you guys make it through that that brutal rainstorm that's heading your way. I did see some news on that. So I hope by the time this airs, the worst is over and everyone came through it in good fashion. And tell your folks Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for me. Mike Parit writes, get well soon, Mark. It sounds like flu A, as that's what my family is experiencing right now as well. That's what I'm told. A coworker told me that it's flu A. And, again, I'm glad I'm glad I'm over it, and I'm not going to be experiencing it. Knock wood, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I'm not going to tempt fate again in a shaving review by saying, "Oh yeah, I never get sick during the holidays" or anything like that. But yeah, I'm just glad to be done with it. The aches and the pains and the chills were really, really terrible. But again, there was nothing, and a little bit of a fever, aches and pains, chills, just a really, really run down feeling, some congestion, sinuses blocked up, that sort of thing. So I'm just glad I came out on the other end and feel a little bit better for it, to be perfectly honest with you. You just feel great when your body gets nice and rested and all of a sudden you rebound. Yeah, you want to get out there and start doing stuff. And it makes you all the more thankful for good health. Absolutely. So, Mike, thank you very, very much for that. Jimmy V Photography checked in. Mark, so sorry to hear you're so sick. Something is going around for sure. Heck, I picked up a case of conjunctivitis in my right eye, which is my shooting eye. Now, Jimmy is a professional photographer. My gosh, I can understand how that can really hamper your day-to-day work here. So I'm trying to use my left eye, and that just feels so strange. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I kind of understand because I've got a new camera here and I've got kind of a new layout here, and it does feel strange. You have to get used to it, but the body adapts. So I think you'll come through with your left eye and allowing your right eye to heal up. Really get well soon, Jimmy. Great job on the Monday Morning Mailbag. Sick or not, you do the best shave-related content out there. Jimmy, thank you very, very much for that. I really do appreciate the kind words. That means a lot to me. Thank you so very, very much for the wonderful feedback on that. And he wraps up, I hope you can get some rest and feel better quickly. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Happy New Year. All the best for you in 2026. And I got some good rest and just feeling great to be in front of the camera doing the Monday Morning Mailbag after I get done shooting all the video segments and editing everything together, using the new system and learning a little bit more about it. And I'm excited about that. So absolutely happy to be with everyone this morning. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Really do appreciate the kind words. And Earl on the Tube writes, nothing that a hot bowl of chicken soup and a hot lather shave can't cure. Be well. Earl, I agree with you. Boy, when you finally feel better, you have that nice hot shower, and then you have that nice hot shave, and you no longer have the chills, and you have the strength and everything. Boy, there's nothing better, because I did have several days of beard growth, and I think a couple of those 12 shaves of Christmas were done in such a way that, I was in bed trying to recover, and then I had to get out of bed and do those shaves, when my strength had come back. So I had some beard growth there, but that's okay too. Give your face a rest, that sort of thing, and just kind of regroup. And that shave is all the more better, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. So Earl, thank you very, very much for the kind words and the recommendations of chicken soup and a hot lather shave. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. We received this email from viewer Aaron Watson regarding American razor blades. Now, American razor blades were introduced to us by viewer Abane Samant. Abi, thank you very, very much. And here's what Aaron writes regarding American razor blades. I heard you talking about the American razor blades on the Second Cup podcast and wanted to share my experience. My brother bought a 100 pack when he first started shaving earlier this year because of the price. He had a terrible time with them. So I said, let me have a few and I'll try them out. I used about 10 and found quality issues with 5 of them. It seems there is a 50-50 chance the sharp edge had some imperfections on these blades. The ones that were not bad gave an okay shave, but still lots of dragging. The branding on the blade can be somewhat misleading too. I think they are made in India, definitely not in America. In my opinion, there are better blades for just a few dollars more. Astra, Tiger, Tatra, even Nasset can be had for just $3 more. Aaron, thanks very much for the feedback on this. Really do appreciate that. Now, luckily, Avane Samant in this year's Christmas card that he sent to us included some sample razor blades, and we have some of the American razor blades right here. So we are going to go ahead and have a shave with these, and we'll let you know what our experience is regarding these. Yeah, the price point is like $6 or $7 for 100 of them. Yeah, it makes you wonder whether or not the quality control is consistent with them or not. We're going to find out. Again, I've got about 4 of them right here. So we'll try these and see how they stack up to some of the other blades that we use in the shave den. We also have Bosco. Have not used these before. Going to use those. This one we did use. I believe we used these on one of the 12 shaves of Christmas, a Statum or Statum. This was a terrific, I like this blade a lot. That was a terrific blade. Again, thanks very, very much to Amine Samant for sending these along. RK blades, yeah. Yeah, so some great samples that we have here that we're going to be using in 2026, and we'll see how they perform. But the American razor blades, we have some, and we'll use these, we'll review these, and we'll let everyone know what kind of experience that we get using them in the shave den. Aaron, thanks very much for the feedback on the American razor blades. Really do appreciate it. Well, we have a brand new shave soap and aftershave splash in the shave den, and it comes courtesy of viewer Chris Beaudrab and CB Brushworks and Doug Lane's Adopted Acres Soap Company. That's right, Chris Beaudrab, CB Brushworks, collaborated with Adopted Acres Soap Company and created this beautiful, wonderful shaving soap and aftershave splash, and he sent it along to the channel along with this email. Again, we shared this in last week's Second Cup podcast with all the listeners and viewers, and we're going to show it to you again this week. And Chris writes, "Hey Mark, hope you're having a great start to the holiday season. I am sending the channel a shave soap and splash that was a collaboration between myself and Doug Lane of Adopted Acres. Doug and his wife have adopted several special needs kids from Ukraine. I sent him a couple of brushes that I made, and as a thank you, he offered to do a one-off soap for me. After going back and forth with several iterations, he was so happy with how it turned out, he asked me if I was okay for him to sell it through his store, and I told him that I would be honored. He gave me naming rights and offered to do it as a collaboration between Adopted Acres and CB Brushworks. Story below, so he sent along details. Here it is right here. Gentlemen of the Cabin, check out that artwork. Isn't that fantastic? I'm just trying to get oriented here with the new camera. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? I love that artwork. And oh man, the label is just great. It's very inviting. And hang on. Oh, this is a marvelous, refined, gentlemanly kind of scent. Okay, here's the scent profile for Gentlemen of the Cabin. Top notes are cinnamon, saffron, black pepper, and cardamom. Heart notes are tobacco leaf, leather, frankincense, and patchouli. Base notes are vanilla, sandalwood, cedarwood, vetiver, and musk. Yeah, this is a good one. Wow, Gentlemen of the Cabin, shaving soap and aftershave splash. Here's the story. Nearly a decade ago, 5 men gathered in a quiet cabin deep in the woods. What began as a weekend escape quickly became something much more, an annual retreat where lifelong friends could disconnect from the noise of the world and reconnect with what truly matters. Each year, they come together to share stories of joy and struggle, marriages and divorces, the births of grandchildren, the loss of parents, career triumphs and transitions. Around a fire glowing with warmth and laughter, they've built something rare, a brotherhood forged not by blood, but by honesty, vulnerability, and the shared pursuit of being better friends, husbands, fathers, and sons, the pursuit of being better men. Amid the scent of seared steak and oak smoke, the crackle of cigars and the clink of glasses filled with fine bourbon and scotch, the air itself carries the fragrance of reflection and resilience. Wow, isn't that marvelous? Now, here they describe the scent in a little more detail. Gentleman of the Cabin captures that spirit, a refined blend of leather, tobacco, sandalwood, and cedar, with smooth notes of vetiver, musk, and a hint of spiced vanilla. It's sophisticated yet grounded, comforting yet bold, a fragrance that evokes the quiet strength and timeless camaraderie of men gathered by the fire. The experience, crafted for those who value tradition and connection, this soap and splash pair deliver a luxurious, skin-nourishing shave and a scent that lingers like a good story told among friends. Raise your glass, strike the match. Here's to the Gentleman of the Cabin and the bonds that grow stronger with each passing year. Wishing you and yours a safe and happy holiday season. And that's from Chris Beaudrap. Boy, this is fantastic. What a great scent this is. Again, I love that label art. Gentleman of the Cabin. Oh, man, that is just terrific. The label captures the scent, no doubt about it. That description captures the scent. Again, I love it. Refined, gentlemanly, masculine. But again, the elegance and the refinement is really, really there. Top notch. So really looking forward to reviewing this one. My thanks to Chris Beaudrab and also to Doug Lane for very kindly sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. We're going to have a link below to Adopted Acre Soap Company where you can check out Gentleman of the Cabin. Give it a look. Well, we have a new razor in the shave den to share with you. It came courtesy indirectly of my nephews Mike and Jim. They sent along an Amazon gift card for my birthday recently, and I had it up there kind of in reserve. And then Jamie Horn introduced me to his brand new razor. And I looked at it and I thought, wow, that is a beautiful, gorgeous razor. So I had the gift card. I decided, yeah, why not? It's a birthday gift of sorts. So here it is from Goodfellas Smile, the Valinor razor. Now, does that logo and artwork look somewhat familiar, like Lord of the Rings? Yeah, it's kind of unofficial. It has that unofficial kind of vibe, and you can see that Valinor is spelled differently, Valynor, where it's spelled Valinor in the books and in the movie. But let's take a look at this razor. It is absolutely strikingly beautiful. I've already unwrapped it, rewrapped it, just so you can have a reveal here. Check this out. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Look at that. Check out that handle right there. Look at that handle. My gosh. Yeah, that is just absolutely a beautiful, striking razor. The Goodfellas Smile Valinor double-edged safety razor, CNC machined brass head and brass aluminum handle, 0.8 millimeter neutral gap for smooth, close, and comfortable shaves, artisan crafted in Italy. Check this out. Check how this comes apart, okay? It's a 3-piece razor, or I should say a 4-piece razor, okay? The handle comes off like that. You've got the base plate and the cap like that. But let's set that down. But check this out. This is how this comes undone. Look at that. How about that? Isn't that slick? So the actual barrel of the outer part of the handle with these openings that have been machined in there really acts as a really nice grip. And that just screws right in there like that. And then you attach the handle to the cap and base plate, and there you go. How about that? That's absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous razor. CNC machine for elite performance. The Valinor double-edged safety razor by the Goodfellas Smile is precision CNC machined in Italy from solid brass and anodized aluminum. Its brass head and hybrid handle deliver perfect balance, durability, and a premium shaving experience for wet shaving enthusiasts and collectors. 0.8 millimeter neutral gap for smooth results. Features a 0.8 millimeter neutral blade gap to achieve a comfortable, irritation-free shave. This DE razor glides cleanly across skin, reducing nicks and razor burn, ideal for daily use and compatible with all standard double-edged blades for an easy upgrade to traditional shaving. Hybrid handle, brass and aluminum design, combines anodized aluminum and solid brass for a handle that's lightweight, grippy, and visually striking, designed for ergonomic comfort and control in wet environments. It suits both beginners and experienced users seeking precise handling and refined Italian styling. Now, again, it harkens back. It's almost an homage to Lord of the Rings. And here's what they have to say here. I went up to AI, Copilot, and I asked, is the Valinor razor an homage to the Lord of the Rings? Multiple retailers describe the Valinor razor as having a fantasy-inspired design. None of them mention Tolkien or the Lord of the Rings directly. However, the name Valinor is extremely close to Valinor, the Undying Lands in Tolkien's Legendarium. The razor's aesthetic, silver, brass, ornate, mythic, matches the ancient fantasy artifact vibe retailers highlight. How about that? So it's kind of an homage to the Lord of the Rings without officially being a licensed homage to the Lord of the Rings. That's kind of what I'm getting here. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous razor. Check that out. Just absolutely beautiful. I mean, check out that handle. Man, oh man, oh man. We are definitely going to be doing a shave with this now. I haven't shaved yet, so I think this is going to be my next shave right here with the Goodfellas Smile Valinor razor. This was available on Amazon. We'll get a link below. Last time I looked, the stock was running low, so hopefully by the time this airs, they'll still have some of these available. It's just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful razor. A big thank you to Jamie Horn for the heads up on this. Jamie, please send in a review and let us know what your experience is with the Valinor razor from Goodfellas Smile. Jamie, thanks again very, very much. And a big thank you to my nephews Mike and Jim for the gift card, which enabled me to acquire the Goodfellas Smile Valinor razor. We'll have links. Give it a look. Viewer David Dart introduces us to a brand new shaving brush from the Razor Company, and he writes, Mark, good morning. I hope you're feeling better and had a great Christmas with your family. I bought a new brush back in November, and I used it for the first time today. I picked up a TRC Herald Hybrid brush. Again, the TRC, the Razor Company. I picked up a TRC Herald Hybrid brush. It has a 26 millimeter Badger and G7 mix knot. It has plenty of backbone and made a fantastic lather. I figured it might not give up the lather too easy as Badger knots have a tendency to do, but I guess because it is a synthetic blend, it was a treat to use. I bought the black and purple handle to match my Aylesworth Apex with the black and purple handle and base plate. It's available with 4 different knots, and they all have black on the handle, but come in red, green, blue, yellow, a cream color, and of course, purple. They sell them for $28 Canadian, so it's a great brush at a reasonable price. Have a great day. David, thanks for the heads up on this. And it sounds like It's not, the Badger and G7 mix nut doesn't eat the lather as some natural hair Badger brushes tend to do, which is why we've learned that you do a back and forth motion on your face when you're doing a face lather with a Badger natural hair brush, whereas with a synthetic brush you can kind of push it in and move it around in circles and that sort of thing. The synthetic knots are very, very forgiving, but Badger knots require a little more finesse, a little more technique, as viewers have pointed out to us on the show here. So my thanks to all the viewers for the instruction on that, because I didn't know. I was wondering why Badger brushes were eating the lather, because I was driving the lather into the knot because I was doing this motion here. You're supposed to go back and forth, and boy does that work a treat. And also doing a bowl lather with a Badger brush, because you're going around and round and round and round, and the bowl is kind of like going back and forth on the face, just does a great job in building a bowl lather. So again, my thanks to all the viewers for the helpful tips on that. And the technique in using a Badger brush. But David, it sounds like the combination of the natural hair and the synthetic hair kind of avoids that stumbling block of having the Badger eat that lather. So it sounds like it's marvelous. It sounds like it's wonderful. And if anyone else has this particular brush, the TRC Herald Hybrid Brush, let us know what your experience is with it for both face lathering and bowl lathering. It's a gorgeous looking brush, David. Thank you very much for sharing with all the viewers. We'll get a link to it below so everyone out there can get a look at it and maybe acquire one. David, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's look at New Wet Shaving Gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, we're still in the Christmas season, so I wanted to share this with you before the holidays close out. We received this recently from John Shaves 101 from across the pond in England. Wanted to share it with you last week, but we were too under the weather, but this is the perfect time to share it. He sent along this email and photos, and the subject heading reads, Mince Pie. Hi, Mark. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your family. I'll be busy all week now, but wanted to say Merry Christmas to you and share my midday mince pie with you. After convincing my wife to finish the wrapping in the spare room, I swiped a couple of luxury M&S mince pies to have with my cup of tea. I look forward to this moment all year. I adore mince pie and will be making my own at some point. Once again, Mark, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. I did a little bit of research regarding mince pies in England during the Christmas season, and here's what Copilot AI came back with. What a mince pie actually is in England. Despite the name, modern British mince pies contain no meat. They're small, sweet pastries traditionally eaten at Christmas, filled with mincemeat, a mixture of dried fruits, raisins, currants, sultanas, apples, brown sugar, citrus peel and zest, warm spices like cinnamon and nutmeg, brandy or rum for richness. How about that? Historically, centuries ago, mince pies did contain minced meat, but today the only suet you might find is either beef suet or vegetarian substitute used for texture. When they're eaten, in England, mince pies are a classic Christmas treat, appearing in shops as early as October and enjoyed warm with tea, mulled wine, or custard. They're typically small individual hand pies made with buttery short crust pastry and baked until golden. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. Now, John mentioned luxury M&S mince pies. M&S is Marks and Spencer. That is a retail chain in England. And as I learned here, at Marks and Spencer, the luxury or collection mince pies are their premium top-tier versions. They use richer pastry, higher quality fruit, and alcohol-infused mincemeat. Think of them as the gourmet end of the mince pie spectrum. And the key features are an all-butter short crust pastry that's described as melt in your mouth, exclusive recipe mincemeat with plump vine fruits, cranberries, cherries, and clementine, alcohol-infused filling, typically cognac, brandy, or both, premium flour blend including wild farmed flour for richer texture. Some versions include hand-piped brandy butter on top for extra indulgence. Wow, that sounds awesome. Now, if you're not familiar with Marks and Spencer, I also did a little research on them. Marks and Spencer, often called M&S, is one of the UK's most iconic retail chains. It's a major British retailer known for clothing, men's, women's, and kids, home goods, furniture, decor, bedding, beauty products, food halls with high-quality groceries, ready meals, and bakery items. Their stores are a mix of department store plus upscale grocery, and they're famous for quality, consistency, and a very British sense of style. How about that? What makes M&S special? Their food hall is a national obsession. Think premium ready meals, pastries, and seasonal treats. Their clothing is known for being well-made, classic, and reliable. They offer free delivery, free returns, and click and collect services across the UK. In short, Marks and Spencer is a flagship British retailer that blends fashion, home goods, and high-quality food under one brand, a staple of everyday life in England. Wow, that is great. And I learned all this because John Shaves 101 very, very kindly sent along his favorite Christmas holiday treat, mince pies. They look wonderful. They sound awesome. Sound very, very delectable. I don't know if we have them here in the U.S. If I can find them somewhere that is made in that traditional British way, I'm going to get some and have them before the holidays close out. John, thanks so much for sharing this with all the viewers. Really do appreciate it. We received this email from viewer Jason Miller, and the subject heading reads, "Here's my Shavesplash.com interview." And Jason writes, "Hi, Mark. As usual, another great 3MB. I'm so sorry that you're under the weather. Sending you healing prayers." Thank you very much for that, Jason. I really do appreciate it. They absolutely helped. Thank you very much. "You are such a blessing to me and this wet shaving community that I call my family. It's because of people like you that I'm able to do wet shaving lives, videos, and interviews. Here's a link to an interview I did with Shavesplash.com. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." We'll get a link to that interview. Check it out. It's on Shavesplash.com, Lee Meyer's website. And it's entitled The Golden Age Wet Shaver. Meet Jason Miller, the Golden Age Wet Shaver. That's what he goes by, Jason Miller, also known as the Golden Age Wet Shaver. Meet Jason Miller, the Golden Age Wet Shaver. And it starts out by saying, like many wet shavers, Jason Miller discovered traditional wet shaving almost by accident, sparked by curiosity and a humble twist-to-open razor from the local dollar store. What he found, however, went far beyond a better shave. Along the way, Jason found a community of friends who became a genuine support system on his journey towards greater wellness in both body and mind. In his Instagram live shares, Jason often says we're living in the golden age of wet shaving. But for him, the real gold isn't the gear, it's the people. That's a little bit to whet your appetite. It really is a wonderful interview with Jason Miller. Check it out. We'll link it below. Jason, thanks very much for allowing me to share with all the viewers out there. Really do appreciate it. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.